Third gen 4Runner time! And I apologize, it's about as noisy of a day as I can find here. I got road noise, there's a guy vacuuming out his Tesla over there. I just can't find a quiet place to get this done today. So I'm gonna have to yell over all of this nonsense while we look over this wonderful 4Runner. 2001 long-term single owner California truck. Always serviced at the local dealership. Always cared for. Great driver quality truck. Why do I say driver quality? Well, mostly because of the paint, which is part and parcel to being a long-term outside California truck. It's a pretty uncommon color and a really cool one if you ask me. But other than the paint, it's a pretty good truck. Clear coat peeling on some of the handles here on the plastics. But the interior is excellent. Mechanically, it's quite nice. We'll take it for a drive and report back, see what it does, how it feels. Clean place to be. I would definitely replace tires. They are old. You can kind of see the age of them here. Starting to dry rot out a little bit. We have a production date of, I don't see it, but it doesn't much matter. When you start seeing this, it doesn't really matter what the age is. Its time has come. But look how clean this frame is. For a truck that's known for having potential frame rust issues, this is why you want one of these out of California. Because all of that looks fantastic. There's your VIN right there. Even that is sparkling. Let's start it up real quick, roll the windows up and down, make sure all that works. There's some surface rust on this aftermarket trailer hitch. It's probably all you're gonna find as far as that goes. Yeah, even a little fading here on this door. But where are you going to be spending most of your time? In here, right? Does that make it more important for a nice interior? I don't know. It's up to you. Pop the hood. Start it up. Window, that's important. Goes down, goes up. Is our clock not working? Oh boy. Clock. Currently not clocking. Windows go. Auto down and up, or at least auto down on the fronts. I don't think it has auto up. Let's get these windows in the rear up, then we'll see. Oh, they are auto up. Lap of luxury. This is AC work. Let's see. Oh, felt the compressor kick on. Oh yeah. That's nice and cool. Turning into nice and cold. Perfect. Does have this aftermarket Sony stereo, so you've got an aux in with a USB. You've got Bluetooth, as it's proclaiming loudly. Oh, power antenna. There she goes. Okay, touch of gray. Anyways, part of the dash is sticking out a little. That's me being hyper picky. Let's look under the hood and then go for a drive. Why don't we do that? Lovely in here, isn't it? Timing belt was done. 2011, 90,000 miles. So it's not due by mileage, certainly. Potentially due by years. Some debate on that. I'll let you decide as far as if you are the next buyer. It is otherwise excellent under here. Toyota red coolant in there. Kind of doubling down that it was always dealership service. I did see that the valve cover gaskets were done pretty recently. But yeah, why don't we do this? Let's go for a drive. I think that's a plan. Let's do it. Alrighty. Going for a drive in the 4Runner. Not gonna go far. We'll turn right here, go down this bumpy road, and get it on the freeway and see how it does at freeway speeds. Little squeaking and squawking from one of the belts. And it's done. So probably one of those belts. Accessory belts is probably a little glazed over, probably due for replacement. Unless you really like squeaks. Speaking of which, we'll go over this stretch of bumpy road right here. We'll follow this somewhat clapped out Monte Carlo. See if we can get any bumps and rattle some squeaks out of the suspension and stuff. Tires are pretty old and need to be replaced on this. Doesn't feel like tires because we're only going 45. So I suspect, you know, 140,000 miles. Maybe it's got the original shocks. Probably could stand to be replaced. Smooth tarmac feels pretty good. Going over some of those bumps back there, little bounce and jounce. Comfy. Steering feels good. Got some wiggle right here. Oh, the Monte Carlo. Going low and slow. Now he's not. I don't know what that guy's up to. Yeah, just going over some of those bigger bumps, I would do, the struts feel pretty worn to me, or not struts, shocks in this case. Good news, more basic ones are exceedingly inexpensive. Oh, it's a Grand Prix, I was wrong, it's not a Monte Carlo. Anyways. Good. Transmission shifting like you want it to. Good power. Bumpy stretch of freeway. Suzuki Aereo slowing me down here. Going 50 on the freeway, which is fine. Suzuki Aereo problems. good. Pulls to the right a tiny bit. Not really, just a little bit. No, maybe it's tracking straight. I might just need more coffee. But it feels good. Yeah, I would do struts because it's got a little more bounce to it. Other than that, there were some pretty big potholes right there I just went through while turning, and seemed a little unsettled. So yeah, I bet you these, I would not be surprised if these are the original shocks on this thing. Super easy to do if you're up to do the DIY thing. These trucks are very easy to work on, and you know, it's just shocks are very simple, inexpensive. If you want to go fancy, there's a whole mess of different aftermarket solutions as far as shocks are concerned. Otherwise, drives great. Maybe do shocks, maybe do one of the accessory belts, or both while you're in there, sort of thing. Really inexpensive, simple stuff. You know, and just pack enormous miles on this thing. On-road, off-road, whatever you want to do. This is absolutely a driver. And with 140,000 miles, there's a lot of driving to be done. The last tidbit is there's a little gravel patch up here we're going to pull into real quick, and let's just confirm this four-wheel drive system is working as intended. And I'm going to learn on the fly because I've had a couple of first-gen 4Runners and I know how to get those in and out of gear. I assume it's put her in neutral. Let's go, if I go straight down, is there a lockout? Looks like there's a lockout. That's neutral. Oh, I see, okay. And then 4. Oh, I heard a click. What if I push this 4-wheel drive button? And 4 low? I can't tell. Yeah, feels like it. It's definitely low range, that's for certain. Put it back in neutral. Oh, it's a new noise. Let's go high. Need a click. Got it. Okay, now I know how to read this. So that's 4-wheel drive. Put it in drive. I don't know what the little center guy means. I think that might be neutral. Okay, so back in high. I click the 4-wheel drive button on the side. Oh, it's not neutral. Got it. Thank you for the reminder. Okay, now it should be in 2 high. All right. I figured it out, and it works, no less. So Toyota, did we have any doubts? Alrighty, so that is the tour. Thanks for tagging along. I'm really interested to see what this this truck is gonna do at auction over at Cars and Bids. So bid often, bid early. Use the link in the description below to check it out, see how it's gonna do. Get your bids in if you wish. And if you caught this after the first week of this video being live, then you can see how it did if you missed out. And if you don't want to miss out, go ahead and do the subscribe and notification and all that fun stuff, because that will clue you in to when these auctions go live, because I only put these videos live when the auction goes live. And if you have those notifications, you'll get that. Then you can kind of see what's going on. So that is